How's it going, guys? It's been a while. A lot of sickness, and it was weird. I was sick for like a week and a half, and it was kind of crazy. I took a lot of that time off away from the market, and I felt like really rusty. I wasn't taking plays on my own like I had been for a pretty long time, and I was kind of relying on people to help me. So it took another week to get my confidence back up, and now we're good. We actually had a really good day today. So I'm gonna go over the trades that we took. Um, I took. So let's start with. Where do I want to start? I'm gonna start with SPY, just kind of general market overall. SPY obviously dumped off huge today. The high of the day being 463, the low being 455, and SPY closing at 457. Um, that's a pretty big sell-off for SPY. If you look at like the overall market, it was like intraday. There was a lot of like afternoon, like after like 10:30, there was like a lot of red. But besides that, like I mean, it's like if you have your levels out, then you should be comfortable trading it to the long or short side. So the first trade I want to go over that I took was MRNA. So I literally took this play, like right at 10:30, based off the fact that it dumped hard, real hard off of open, and I had my support and resistance drawn out already, and so it was 339.8 is where I took calls, and I rode them to the 346 level. It was a great trade right through VWAP, and I was out. Probably, I think it was like a 45% move. I only took one contract. It was a lotto size, just a little bit smaller. If you haven't been familiar with mRNA, it just went on a crazy, crazy, crazy run. So I was being kind of careful with the stock, but yeah. And then we took NVDA calls off of open. So actually, I'm gonna go to the 5 minute because the 30 minute looks pretty nasty. So if we look at the 5 minute, NVIDIA was like, we kind of like took the dip off open, kind of like the 5 minute strategy that Mans has talked about a million times. And my first entry was kind of horrible, so I exited almost immediately because it had dipped down twice. So it was kind of like, if you see here, a little bit of like a double bottom action. So there's entry right about here, I'd say like the 335 level. And then it dipped real hard, and then I sold like barely under my entry for like a 5% loss. And then when it dipped back down to like that 328.7-ish level, I picked up calls, and those contracts like immediately went up 25%. That was a really good trade. That was seriously like a really good trade. Just getting a better exit, or getting a better entry, excuse me. And then we also traded Riot. Mans called this one out. I had almost nothing to do with this. We traded it on the daily breakout, and it was like just within 2 minutes up 20%. I sold. Great play. And then I also took SPY with one of my friends. We took SPY when I believe when it broke the 461.5 level, and rode that down to the 459 level. Real smooth, real easy trade. Yeah, that was a great trade. I could have rode him out for 150+%. But that was fine being out at 32%. And then one more play I took was Apple Lottos, because with like the whole market kind of tanking, Apple really didn't get that real big tank like everyone else did. So, you know what? I took Lottos at like the 164 level. Kind of, I mean, it's a lot of size, so it doesn't really matter, but not looking too good as of now. We'll see what happens pre-market. But, yeah, I mean, overall, it was a great day. I'm going to get back to making content. I'm basically done with school for the semester, which is awesome. So I'm basically just going to be doing this full time. It's really fun to, be able to do this full time as opposed to trying to manage school and everything else. It's really hard to do. So it's really just a breath of fresh air, just being able to do this, and it's awesome. So I'm going to be glad. We're going to be getting a lot of stuff out. And, yeah, let's bank tomorrow. December starts. So start off December great. But with all that said, if you have any questions, comments, just leave it in the comments below. But if not, just have a good day and hope you guys bank.